It's worth taking some time to dwell on some of these sticking points about American slavery revisionism and that anti-Reconstruction mentality that has... Wait. Are you guys hearing this? Where's that coming from? It looks like I'm going to have to take a break from this just a little bit to set some shit straight. Okay. There's a lot of buzz around boots going on the ground in Iran, and rightfully so. Everything in this current war seems like a shot-for-shot remake of every other Middle East war, speedrunning itself into an endless quagmire. And I'm not talking about the good remakes like the Doom movies, I'm talking like 1998 Godzilla quality remakes. So, for those that don't know, there's been talks of a surge of up to about 10,000 ground troops being pushed into the region from the US. Anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000 airborne Army troops and probably around 6,000 to 8,000 Marines according to my research. It could change, it could be more, it could be less, it could be none, who knows. But it doesn't matter because you obviously only surge ground troops when you're planning to escalate the war, right? Well, not necessarily. There's several options here, all mused by Trump in public, so this is what I'm going off of. There's many more options. These aren't the only ones. Option 1, the buildup could be to insert ground forces and capture the oil infrastructure on Karg Island. But this wouldn't necessarily be a resounding victory because now those ground forces are squishy targets for ballistic missiles while they attempt to hold the island. And Iran can always cut off the top to that island anyways and rely on the inferior alternative infrastructure for oil exports, making Karg Island not really that much of a necessity. Okay, option 2. They want forces there to push strategic raids to cut off ballistic missile or nuclear supply stockpiles. Basically what they're asking is for an airborne insert. I don't think it would be amphibious, even though the Marines are there, because the option of the ship that they have there is the AAA as far as I've heard. It could be a different one, but I've heard this is AAA. AAA is an LHA, doesn't have a well deck. LHDs do have the well decks. LHAs usually have aircraft, so Ospreys, helicopters, and some fixed wing, likely F-35s. But you're asking them to make an airborne insert to a mountainous region that has not been softened or cleared in any meaningful capacity, to facilities that are likely buried to search for and destroy weapon stockpiles. It's a risky mission without a lot of squeeze because Iran presumably has more stockpiles, more tunnels, more places that they can access, so you're simply going to be chasing the tail of the dragon. Option 3, they want more troops to seize the Strait of Hormuz and open to free traffic. Well, that's hard to do. Anything you put there for security will be primo targets for ballistic missiles or even just rockets, and this doesn't even account for the possibility of sea mines. You'd just be setting up forces to be missile sponges. Option 4. It's a show of force. As we know, it's much easier to make a threat if you have the force capability to back it up, and if you actually do need to do ground forces, it's kind of just there in the region. You surge forces to the region, let slip a bunch of threats about what you can do, and wait for them to come to the bargaining tables. Bargaining skill. So, which option is he going to choose? It's hard to tell. Trump hates commitment, as we can tell from his marriages. So, it's really hard to get a grasp on what he's going to do, other than anything that's going to end this as quickly as possible. That being said, anything is possible, because Trump does not like being stuck in situations outside of his control, and will probably do increasingly more desperate things to make it seem like he's got the situation under control. That's why he moves the way he does on so many things. So strap on your Timbs, because the real boots on the ground are the friends you made along the way.